Hi guys, today I will have an overview about the case study Accelerated Innovation Nokia Next Gen Cell Phone Design Project. Firstly, I will present about abstract. This research project will investigate how the Nokia Corporation innovated their product to attract the attention of the younger generation, therefore choosing an efficient planning strategy and setting up the schedule to create a production line based on a several manufacturer sub-projects should constitute the project primary issue. Every of the sub-project action related to the planning and creation of each phase will be included in the project scope. The project data will be used to examine the processes on work division structure. The research project also illustrates the methodical approach to the project schedule planning. The network diagram must be complete using data analysis technique, and the operation schedule must be determined by following the procedure. Analytical method will be used for carrying out the investigation by comparing and estimating the duration of operating under various scenarios. In art, in order to identify the best among them, the company is going to continually monitor modification under various circumstances with help from the business. The technical software has also been employed to improve the precision for the study timeline in order to ascertain the impact of altering the factor in order to carry out the innovation. Next, introduction. Nokia Corporation, also called as Nokia, is a Finnish multinational communication and information technology corporation that is headquartered in Espoo, Finland. It was formed by Fredrik K. Edelstam in 1865. Nokia Corporation principal products are mobile telephone and IT device. After this, the design and development of a new cell phone for Nokia is a multi-factor project that involves several critical sub-projects. These sub-projects include Sub-project B, developing product specification, Sub-project S, supply specification, Sub-project D, component design, Sub-project I, prototype building, and Sub-project V, supply selection. Next, the problem statement. The main problem in this project is effectively planning and managing the timetable for all of the tasks involved. This includes calculating the start and end time frame for each activity, identifying the critical path that determine the minimum project duration, and assessing the influence of proactive modification to the project organization on the overall timeline. The project manager must guarantee that all activities are finished on schedule, taking into account the interconnection between the tasks. Next, the project objective. The main objective of this project are to create a detailed project schedule using the critical path method (CPM), identifying the critical path and calculate the minimum project duration, determine the impact of proposed change to the project organization, and make recommendations for system enhancement. Also, to improve coordination and communication across the many teams involved in the project, hence enhancing the overall quality and efficiency of the design process. Next, scope of project. The scope of this project includes all activities associated with the design and development of the new cell phone, from initial product definition to final supply selection and contract negotiation. The project scope also includes determining the impact of these adjustments on the project timeline and overall efficiency. Lastly, the contribution of the project. The project aims to improve the cell phone design process, lowering time to market and boosting team collaboration. To improve design efficiency by carefully planning and scheduling tasks, identifying essential paths, and analyzing potential organization change. Therefore, in this project, we get to learn and widen our view about the method and techniques such as PERF and critical path that are being used in the project management.
Next, I will be present on the methodology part. So for the data collection part, we must first review the work breakdown structure and activity for the project. Then collect the data of activity, dependency, and duration for each each 5 major sub-projects. Next, cross-check duration against historical data from similar projects or validate duration by consulting with subject matter expert for accuracy. The preceding activities need to be fully defined and linked to their subsequent tasks. Next, we should also identify resources requirements needed for each activity, including personnel, materials, and equipment, and check resource availability. The last step is to identify project constraints such as budget or time limitation and potential risks that may affect activity duration or dependency. So this is the research flow chart of our group project. The research flow chart represents the step-by-step methodology for planning the project schedule. So the first step is to define research problem. The second step is to collect data of sub-project classification, dependency, and activity duration. Next, analyze dependency and verify activity duration. The next step is to create network diagram and followed by calculate critical path. And next, determine project duration. And lastly, validate project schedule and the research flowchart end.
Next, I will be talk about the data analysis techniques. So the first step, we need to carry out the network diagram analysis. So for the network diagram analysis, it can identify the sequence in which tasks need to be complete and determine the critical path that determine the project duration. Second step, which is the critical path method, CPM. So it can determine the longest path of dependence activity, which establish the minimum project duration. So the third step, which is the slack time, it helps to determine the flexibility in the schedule by measuring flow for non-critical activity, ensuring that any delays in this task do not affect the overall project timeline. So lastly, which is the Gantt chart, for the Gantt chart is a visualization that help in scheduling, managing, and monitoring specific tasks and resources in a project.
Good morning, Dr. My name is Jing Ziyu, number 292670, who will present about the accelerated innovation on Nokia next generation. So for question 1, to draw a network for it. So the network will be like this, follow the activities in the result. Next, we will do the calculate the set variable, the critical path. So we will using hand calculation with forward pass, backward pass, and set variable. So critical path will be 27 weeks. Also can calculate using software calculation, we is also get the same answer, 27 weeks. So for question 3, the state activity now in critical path will be S2, D1, D3, D4, I1, and E1. Question 4, all the project run in parallel. So the P, S, D, I, and B sub-project, we will use the maximum point, which is 5, 6, 4, 4, and 10, and total will be 39 weeks. So in bad chance, the project duration decrease 8 weeks. Dependency of this sub-project will be eliminated to enhance the feasibility. Resource and coordination will vary more because teams need to work in parallel in the sub-project. For question 5, there is an adding in sub-project 5, sub-project P, and the animation of SNV. So we also take the maximum is 12, 4, and 4, and the total duration is 20 weeks. And we got the impact is decreased 7 weeks. And animating SNV will simplify overall process. The supplier session P5 being power support allow the early integration with supplier, potentially reducing design and manufacturing risk. So for question 6, we will take the impact of making this change. Is on the vendor side, we will be aware of concurrent work inside supported density to crew, especially assigned to SC tasks. whereas labor cost because more resources are required to work at the same time, and there is good chance that resource coordination will result in increased overhead. So the project feasibility will consider any method because sub-project must be completed in sequence. Sub-project dependency will continue to exist. We had to temporal tactical conversion no can compression possible objective accelerate time to market. In terms of quantity, integrity supply has enhanced design manufacturing alignment, lowering net reward and quality problem. Since the operation in PV complete early and concurring with other criteria, they were in not danger. So the project was feasible is due to separability of the offer input to our design state enabling chance prior to major expenditure. We also conclude that coordination made easier by reduction in independence between subjects. So our conclusion is that assuming these adjustments in line with local strategic objective, available resource market positioning, there will be advantages for the company. The dedicated team of parallel project activity will provide Nokia with benefits such as shorter project duration, concentrating appetite, and improved efficiency, which earlier operation supplier is going to present advantages such as streamlined process, cost saving, improved product quality, and certain mechanics. Conclusion is, based on the result, we may infer those tend to make the project might have some effect on intelligence. When we calculate entire length time for any project iteration, it will show various difference, whether project efficiency decrease or repair by other sector size, but the procedure time can be saved. The addition or result of finishing the project later than expected, however, it can result in a cost rise since the corporation needs to add extra resource during the product process that will be difficult for the production line. Therefore, reducing the project duration will highlight its advantages and disadvantages. Apart from that, we will have a deeper understanding of the project value of project engineering we are working on this starting project. This is because project engineering will be discussed in relation to network-based time organization and will demonstrate the independency among the network. Any network will have direct impact on the project complement or duration, whether it decreases or not. Project engineering will therefore give us the ability to manage the project and effectively address the issue under the discussed. Technical tools like QM for Windows also be used to help project run more smoothly and persistently. This during the tools also represent the most effective approach by elucidating the approach using the factor we use. Next, once the solution carried out adequately, outcome will be taken. Last but not least, they have subsidization frameworks are consider particularly innovative self-design. Firstly, companies can increase strategic planning procedure and operational efficiency. This is a result for the ability to utilize detailed advertisement and analysis to predict market patterns. They can also cultivate and nurture for more creativity and adaptability. Besides for that, the idea for Nokia to involve supply early in the product development process to improve collaboration and efficiency is because they can incorporate important supplier early in design process to ensure technical certification are aligned. For guaranteed reliability to conformity, companies should carry out periodic inspection and monitoring. Furthermore, Nokia can promote continuous learning and inclusive workplace to culture improve employee performance and satisfaction. This is because they can provide regular training and development programs that are open to all staff to take advantage of viewpoints and that also can promote inclusive and diverse culture.